All right, guys, today we're going to check out a Klon pedal called the Centura. Here it is right here. And this pedal is made by Ceriatone, who makes a lot of great hand-wired and affordable amplifiers. He also makes pedals too, obviously, because we're checking out one of his pedals today. Let's get started. Well, thanks for joining me for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoy this episode as much as I'm going to enjoy checking out this pedal. I've literally not played it yet. I'm just going to give you my first impressions of the pedal, and I'm going to dial it in with a few of my amps. I'm going to dial it in with the EVH Stealth blue and red channels, and maybe the green channel as well. We'll see. And we're also going to dial it in with the Iconic and see how it works with channel 1 in high gain mode on the Iconic. Now I want to give a quick shout out to Nick over at Ceriatone Amplifiers. Thank you so much for sending this to me. And I want to give another shout out to my friend Tony Streetman from the band Winter Kills. And I'll be sharing a few clips of their album along with their album art at the end of this video, along with a link to their album if you want to purchase it. So how did this all come about? Well, I shared a link to Winter Kills' album the other day on Facebook, and I just was helping out my buddy to help him promote his album, and somehow I won this Ceriatone Centura pedal. And I'm like, hey, I guess everybody wins when you do that. So Nick sent me the pedal, and it got here really quick. I didn't think it would get here so fast. I mean, it got here within a few days. I was like, what the hell? So anyways, there's a lot of clones out there of this pedal. And after I got the pedal, I was like, why not do a video about it? I've never played a Klon, and there's a ton of Klon clones out there. And I did some research on this pedal, and I saw some videos on it compared to an actual Klon, and you can't tell the difference. I mean, Nick just absolutely nailed this pedal. And the quick story is he used to have a real Klon, and he basically just tore the goop off of it so that he could, you know, match it point to point, you know, do all the stuff that is required to replicate that pedal, because obviously you can't get them anymore. They're very expensive. And this pedal, I think, goes for $260, so that's actually a really good deal considering. And it literally sounds and feels just like a real Klon as far as what I've seen on the videos on YouTube. So Nick's known to nail stuff. I mean, if you guys are familiar with Ceriatone amplifiers, their amplifiers are freaking amazing, and they're super affordable, and they're all hand wired, and he does a great job building amps. So if you're looking for a really affordable amplifier or pedal or something like that Nick builds in the flavors that he builds them in, you know, go to Ceriatone's website. I'll also link that in the description of the video, and check them out. They do make some really good stuff. All right, so let's start with the blue channel on the EVH Stealth right now. I'll be running through my Mesa 212 cab, and the mics I'm using are the Royer 121 paired with the SM57. All right, so as you can see, the pedal is set up kind of normal. I have the gain all the way down, treble in the middle, and output all the way up. I have it set up kind of how most people would set up in a typical overdrive pedal. So let's mess around with it and see what we can come up with here. So I'll start with the pedal off. Wow, it's got a nice freaking grind to it and a great feel. What I'm noticing about this pedal so far is it definitely allows low end to come through. It doesn't cut all the low end and the balls out of the amplifier, which I really like. I've noticed that with the Oddbox, and that's why that's one of my favorite pedals right now too. But this one is It's impressing me, and what I like too is it's retaining the tone of the amplifier for the most part. Yeah, it sounds a little more pissed off, but that's what we want out of an overdrive pedal anyways. But the overall tone of the amplifier and the voicing of the amplifier are remaining about 99.9% the same. So let's mess around with it some more and see what other tones we can get out of this thing. One thing I'll make a point of too is, let me switch back here. On a lot of overdrives, when you turn the output down, it thins out the amp. It sounds like it's like choking or whatever, starving for oxygen. And this one doesn't do that. It just makes the amp a little mellower, but it doesn't seem to thin out the amplifier. So that's a pretty unique thing. And even like at halfway up with the output, you're still getting a good push, but you're not. It's kind of mellowing the I guess the gain structure, the aggression out a little bit. So depending on what you're going for, this pedal definitely is offering some good options, especially with the output knob. I mean, that's pretty unique. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you turn the output knob down on most overdrives, I mean, it just sounds like shit basically. But not on this one. It actually remains pretty full. It just mellows out a little bit. Let's get back to screwing around with it. Man, that's freaking brutal, nasty, man. Thick. It's got this thick attack on the top end. It doesn't thin out the amp. I'm really digging pedals like this that don't thin out amplifiers. It's weird. Once you start experiencing that in a pedal and you go back to your old pedals, you're like, man, how did I ever like these? You know, I want pedals that retain that low end of the amplifier, but push it and give it that response that I like without sucking all the life out of it, you know? And this pedal's definitely doing it for me. I had some people on Facebook like, I don't know if you're gonna like that because you're a metal guy. Wrong. I'm kind of digging this, man. And if you notice too, with the treble, I could turn it up to around 3 o'clock and get a little extra bite out of it, and it really does sound great, you know? So let's mess around with it a little bit more and we'll move on to the red channel. Yeah, this treble knob's pretty powerful. I got it at around 11 o'clock right now, and it mellows it out, rounds it off a little bit, and let me crank it up a little bit more and see what I can get, you know, with the sweet spot there. Dude, the low end is sick. Yeah, so with the treble knob around 3 o'clock, I'm getting a nice bite and attack with the tone. Now, yeah, it probably depends with your pickups and your amp settings and whatnot, but yeah, this thing sounds great and the feel is amazing. So before we switch to the red channel, let's just turn the pedal off and on with the same riff and just see how it's affecting my tone. Yep, sounds full, mean, nasty, sounds a lot more pissed off, and the feel is great with this pedal. It's really freaking good. So let's turn all the knobs back to, I'll just turn the treble back down to noon, and I'm going to adjust the gain on the blue channel so that when I switch to the red channel, it's appropriate. You guys know about the Easter egg. I've talked about it a billion times. So double check my settings. Yeah, we should be good. So let's mess around with the red channel now. Let's start with the pedal off. Let's see what we have. Oh my God, that's freaking perfect. Dude, that sounds freaking phenomenal, and the feel is just great. The amp is so much more responsive when I do it this way. Let's mess around with the treble knob just to see maybe we can make it sound better. I don't know. I don't see any room for improvement here, but let's find out. Yeah, so if it's too aggressive for you, you can take the treble down to maybe 1 o'clock and bring the output down to noon. But I mean, if you're playing an EVH Stealth in, on the red channel, I mean, you're not looking for something that's not aggressive. You're looking for the most brutal, nasty sound you can get, and I feel like I'm getting that with this pedal. So I'm going to bring it back, the output back up to where I think it belongs. Oh my God, that scrape, that nasty, like just guttural thing that's going on with the amplifier. This thing sounds freaking incredible. Holy shit. Wow, that is really, really good. Let's switch over to the green channel now. And so I have it in clean mode right now. I have the gain all the way down on the green channel. Let's just see what this pedal's doing, and add some gain through the pedal and just see, what we can get out of it that way. depending on the amp and how it's voiced and whatnot, this might be a good distortion pedal for you as well. Sounds pretty freaking good. I don't usually do that, so it's not really my thing is using pedals for distortion, but I just thought I would try it just to show you what it does. So let's just turn the gain all the way down and put this back into like a neutral thing with the treble and boost it all the way up with the output, and just show you what the pedal's doing, and you can hear the voicing of the pedal a little bit on a clean channel. Okay, so as you can see, it's just pushing the amplifier a little bit more and not really giving it any gain at this point. So, you know, to all you gain Karens or you overdrive Karens out there, I mean, they don't add gain. They just add a push and a great feel and a little bit of tone sculpting for us. And with this one, you're getting more than that. You're still retaining the low end and the overall, you know, voicing of the amplifier, but you're getting that awesome feel and response and that nice grind on the top end that, you know, that we're looking for. So let's mess around with it just for a second more and we'll switch amps. All right, so the treble knob is all pretty much usable, especially when you're dealing with, you know, a high gain channel with a lot of compression. It kind of hides that bite, but also allows enough of it through to give you that nice bit of bite that you're looking for. And then a little teeny bit of gain. Still, it doesn't add any distortion, but just a little bit of extra dirt if your amp needs it. So with that, let's switch over to the Iconic, and let's see what that has to offer with this pedal. Again, I'm on the green channel, but in high gain mode, and I'll start with the pedal off, everything at neutral, and let's just see what we can get out of that. Yeah, that sounds great. I still need, I don't know, I want a little more nastiness in this channel, so let me see if the gain knob will help me out with that. Yeah, that did the trick. That little bit of extra dust I added, just added that little bit of texture that I was looking for, and it did a really freaking good job with this amplifier. You know, the green channel in high gain mode on the Iconic it's a little bit round, so a good overdrive pedal that's voiced properly will fix that. And with this pedal, I think I got that. And if I turn the treble all the way up on it, I was starting to get that little bit of a squeak on the chugs, which I didn't want to get, so I backed it down to 3 o'clock, as you can see, down to 3 o'clock there. and that fixed that, but also gave me that sweet spot of that aggression and bite that I wanted. And then just by adding a little bit of gain, I mean, here's how far I went. It's like, what is that? Freaking between 7 and 8 o'clock. And it really fixed that and added that little bit of guttural kind of nastiness to it and texture. So that really helped out with it a lot. So yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, I just played a Klon. I mean, you know, like I said, I saw the comparisons on YouTube, and I literally couldn't tell the difference. People were A-Bing them through an A-B switcher and could not tell the difference. Sounded exactly the same. And again, I know Nick does this very well. I mean, if you want him to clone something, I mean, he's very good at doing that. And yeah, so I think they have, I think he said in his email they've sold 9,500 of them, and they're going to quit making them after he sells between 10,500 and 11,000 of them. So if you want one of these, you might want to hurry up and get one. Otherwise, your chances of getting one are going to be slim to none, at least new. And on the used market, when you know how things go, once they stop making stuff, I mean, the price goes through the roof. So right now, if I remember correctly, forgive me if I'm wrong, it's around $260 for a brand new one. And he makes great stuff. So I suggest that you go to the website and order one if you're interested in one of these pedals. Now, I know there's a lot of Klon clones out there. I haven't seen all the videos and, you know, where they compared them all, but I can tell you that the videos I've seen of this one, it's legit, 100% legit. And, you know, Nick was so confident in his skills on being able to clone this thing that he destroyed his own pedal by removing the goop off of it so that he could test the components and source everything that he needs to make this pedal properly. And he did a very good job. So, well, again, thanks Ceriatone Amplifiers and Nick for sending this to me. I really appreciate it. And thanks Tony Streetman, who asked me to just share his new album so that I could have a chance to win this. So I thought that was kind of cool. So guys, I'm going to take you out to the album art to Winterkill's new album and some clips of some of the songs in their album. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Well, thank you guys very much. I really appreciate you guys for watching. And to all my subscribers and Patreon supporters, thank you guys so much. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet and you really like what I do here, which is basically honest, transparent gear reviews. I have no agenda here. I just want to review gear and let you make the best decision that works for you. There's no pre or post processing in my videos at all. All my mics are flat. There's no EQ on them. That's just how I do things here. So if you like that, feel free to subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified every time I either go live or come out with another episode. Now, there are plenty of ways you can support me in the links provided below. You can buy my new mixology. You can buy my new mixology album. You can support me by buying something from Motor City Guitar. They ship anywhere in the continental U.S. or Sweetwater. I have a link for that. You can join my Patreon. You can even go to my website, tonewars.com, also linked below, and get some awesome presets or profiles for yourself if you use Tonex, Quad Cortex, or the KEMPER. So I would appreciate that very much. So anyways, here are some excerpts from Winterkill's album and their album art. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next video.